Let me say this right now. If you master compounding, it will do the heavy lifting for you. It doesn't care how rich you are, how smart you are, or where you come from. It just quietly builds, brick by brick, dollar by dollar, until one day people will call you lucky and you'll know better. But here's the thing, most people never get there. Why? Because they break the rules. So let's go through the 20 rules of compounding that you need to master. 1. Momentum takes years, mastery takes decades. Time is your biggest asset, not money. It's not about how much you invest, it's about how early you start. Compounding doesn't reward speed, it rewards patience. Every day you wait is a day your money could have been growing, not just growing, accelerating. Starting with $100 today beats starting with $1,000 10 years from now. Not because of the amount, but because of the time. Time is the real flex. The earlier you start, the more your future self will thank you for being smart before you even had much to invest. 2. Compounding doesn't care about motivation. Motivation fades. Life gets in the way, but compounding, it only works if you keep showing up. That means regular investing every week or every month. Whether the market is high, low, or sideways, you keep feeding the machine. Consistency beats intensity. Putting $500 once and never again in an investment isn't compounding, but $100 or even $50 every month for years, that's compounding. Rich people stay rich because they've mastered repetition. 3. Growth comes from reinvestment, not just returns. Reinvesting your gains is the engine of compounding. It's the returns on returns on returns effect. When you get returns and reinvest them, that's when compounding starts hitting second gear. Let your earnings become the workers for your next round of earnings. Take your hands off the wheel and let it snowball, let it compound. 4. You need a long-term vision to survive short-term boredom. Compounding feels slow at first. You'll look at your account after a year and think, all that for this? There will be months, years, where it feels like you're stuck. But those early years? They're the setup. That's when you're building the base, laying the bricks. By year 5, you'll feel it. By year 10, it starts hitting differently. By year 20, you'll wish you'd done more. Don't quit during the boring part. That's when everyone else taps out, and that's why they never make it. 5. Discipline beats intelligence. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need to know how to pick the perfect stock. You just need to be and stay in the game. Don't time the market. Don't think you're smarter than the system. Smart people get rich. Disciplined people get wealthy. 6. Interrupting the process resets the clock. Pulling your money out too early. Skipping contributions. Stopping the habit when you get bored. That resets the compounding clock. Every time you interrupt the process, you lose the momentum you've built. It's like restarting a savings engine that was just starting to catch fire. 7. Focus on rate plus time, not just one. People always ask, should I invest more or start earlier? The answer? Both. Yes, starting early matters, but so does your rate of return of the investment you invest in. Yes, better returns help, but most people overestimate the impact of finding a good investment. A 5% return over 30 years isn't the same as a 10% return. That difference can be thousands. Maximize your time and rate of return of the investments you decide to invest in, and watch how fast your wealth scales. 8. Compound everything, not just money. This one's deeper. Compounding isn't just financial. Compounding multiplies behavior, not just money. This isn't just about investing. Compounding applies to habits, relationships, knowledge, fitness, everything. Knowledge compounds, skills compounds, relationships compounds. Good habits compound into greatness, bad ones compound into regret. Meaning, compounding can also work against you. Just like money compounds, so does debt. Miss one payment? Fine. Miss payments for years? Now you're drowning in interest. That's why the compounding rule is this: whatever you do consistently multiplies. So make sure what's multiplying is helping you as you are compounding right now, whether you like it or not. The only question is, in what direction? 9. Environment affects compounding. For financial, habits, skills, knowledge, and relationships to compound, the environment you are in will affect all of them to compound. Hang out with people who think long-term and you'll start thinking long-term. Your environment either speeds up your growth or strangles it. Be around compounders, people building businesses, investing, and learning. Their energy rubs off on you to do the same. Rule 10. Inflation eats non-compounding money alive. If your money isn't growing, it's shrinking. Inflation is the quiet thief. That $10,000 sitting in your bank, it's losing power every year. Compounding isn't just about getting rich, it's about staying ahead of erosion. If your money doesn't grow faster than inflation, you're not building, you're decaying. 11. Taxes can break the chain. You get taxed every time you sell for a profit. That slows the compounding engine. So have tax-advantaged accounts, IRAs, and index funds in your portfolio. This is to minimize those breaks in the chain and let your money grow with fewer hands reaching into the pot. 12. Patience is a money-making skill. Most people don't get rich because they're not patient enough to let compounding do its job. They want fast results, so they jump from one thing to another, starting over each time. Wealth doesn't come to the smartest, it comes to the most patient. 13. Fees are compounding's silent killer. High fees will silently eat your returns year after year. A 1% fee doesn't sound like much until you realize it could cost you hundreds of thousands over 30 years. Keep your investment costs low by choosing low-fee investments. Avoid managed funds that overpromise and underdeliver. Protect your compounder from silent thieves. 14. Compounding loves peace, not panic. When markets drop, people freak out. They pull their money. They try to time the dips. But compounding loves stillness. It thrives when you leave it alone, even when things are chaotic. Panic disrupts the process. Peace fuels it. 15. Set it and forget it, but don't ignore it. You shouldn't micromanage your investments, but you should check in. If you rely on willpower to invest or save, you'll fail. Life will get in the way, but if you automate it, compounding gets to work while you live your life. Automate your contributions, but once a quarter, step back and ask, am I on track? Can I contribute more? Is my asset allocation still right? 16. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about options. You don't compound money just to get rich. You compound it to get freedom. Freedom to walk away, to say no, to choose what matters, and to not need anyone's permission to live your life. That's the real goal, not the money, the options. 17. The longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. Procrastination has a cost, and with compounding, that cost gets exponentially more painful the longer you wait. Every year you delay is not just a year lost. It's decades of potential compounding gone. Start where you are, even if it's late. But don't delay a second longer. 18. Compound interest doesn't judge, it just responds. It doesn't care if you're young or old, rich or broke, smart or struggling. It only cares about what you do over time. You don't have to be lucky, you just have to be disciplined. Everyone's invited. Not everyone shows up. 19. Have a personal rule of compounding you follow to keep you in check. You need to have a rule of compounding you actually live by, one that helps you double your money in a way that feels real, measurable, and doable. Rules like the 843 rule, the 553 rule, and the rule of 72 are simple frameworks that can help you understand how quickly your money can grow when it's put to work. These rules provide a practical, easy-to-understand way to predict the future of your investments and give you clear milestones to track progress. By following one or more of these rules, you can literally see the math behind your money's growth, stay motivated, and keep pushing forward as your wealth compounds over time. 20. Your first dollar is the most important. That first dollar you invest isn't just money, it's a seed. It might not look like much, but give it time. That thing will multiply. $1 that compounds at 10% annually becomes $7.30 in 20 years. That's just $1. Multiply that by 1,000, 10,000. That's the game. Don't wait until you have more. Start now. With whatever you've got, that first dollar is a warrior in your army. For a bonus, never break the chain. Warren Buffett made 99% of his wealth after age 50. Why? He never broke the chain. He started early, stayed invested, and let time do the work. That's the whole game. You don't need to be brilliant or to win the lottery. You just need to not break the chain. Listen, most people will hear all this and do nothing. They'll close the video, scroll TikTok, and forget what they just learned. But you? If you made it this far, you already have the edge. Now use it. Pick one of these rules, apply it today, then come back next month and apply another, then another, then another. Because compounding isn't just a math formula. It's a lifestyle. It's a decision. It's a promise to your future self that you're going to show up for them, even if no one else will.